Hey guys, it's Jarek the Air Dragon from Red Dragon Airsoft. We've got another review today. This one is of another great product by KWA, but this one's a little less known. A lot of people don't even know they make one of these. And this one's of the KWA Sig P226. Now, a lot of people don't know, well, technically the name is the Sig M226, but it's a model of the Sig P226. But a lot of people don't even know they make this because it's not even on their website. But it is there, it is an NS2 model, and it's easily the best SIG out on the market. And it is available to civilians too, obviously. So, a lot of people don't know it's here, but it's here, it's available. I've seen it, really, I haven't seen it too much. Not a lot of places sell it. I've only seen it in one other place, and that was about 175 bucks. That's way too much, so we're going to have this price is going to be only 160 on RDA's site. If you want to buy this gun, there's a link right below me in the video information. We'd also recommend buying an extra magazine for it. So if you want an extra mag, there's also a link down in the video information. You can really get any mags. People have kind of been missing this on the website. If you go to accessories tab, there's a magazine tab, and you can get almost any magazine you want. So it's also there, but just to make things simpler, we're going to put a link in the video info to the gun and the magazine. There's also one more link in the video info to RDA's forum. Cool little community, just chilling and talking pretty much. And if you want to ask questions, it has its own questions category. So with that said, move on to the review. As you can see, the box is a pretty standard KWA box. It says engineered to outperform, and it's really true on all of their boxes. The piece of paper it comes with is really pretty simplistic, but it gives you a full diagram of how to take it apart. So that's pretty nice. Got your little thing of silicone oil, always useful. Your hop-up adjustment tool, very useful. Some small bag of BBs, you can use these. They're pretty high quality, but there's not many of them, so you're going to burn through these in like 2 magazines. So I'd recommend getting some more BBs. The mag, which is specific to the KWA NS2 SIG. This won't work with any Tokyo-Marui SIG or Tokyo-Marui compatible SIG, and the magazines won't work in this one as well. That's not really a downfall because the NS2 system is far more advanced than anyone out there, and again, this is the best SIG on the market by far. And then, of course, you got the gun. So, now that let's get the box out of the way, and let's switch over to the other camera angle so you guys can see this up close. Alright, now we're up close on the gun, so let's go over the features and pretty standard stuff about KWA first. So the quality. The quality is of really great quality, as you know, as always, standard KWA. And by that I mean not only externally, but internally as well. Internally, like I mentioned, it uses KWA's NS2 system, which is really the best system you're going to see out there. It's very good on gas consumption. This one can get about a good 3 magazines out before you need to regas it, so that's great. And externally, just as good. The whole thing is made out of a lightweight but very, very durable metal alloy, with the exception of the grips. The grips are made of polymer, and they are very, very comfortable. They're a 1-to-1 scale with the real Sig P226, and they just fit very well in your hand. I'm not left-handed, so let's flip it over. But they fit very well in your hand. It feels much more comfortable than the other models. It's 1-to-1 scale with the P226, like I mentioned, and overall it is absolutely great of a pistol when it comes straight down to it. So, for points of fully replicating the gun, they're getting big points there. They're also getting points for quality. More on replicating the gun, the detail along the slide, the arches where it kind of curves in a little bit, it's exact with the actual P226. I was actually pretty surprised by that. Along with the bolt, how it kind of arches over. The real one is just like that as well. So overall, again, it replicates the real Sig P226 very, very well. As you probably noticed, it doesn't have actual Sig trademarks, but you can't exactly put real Sig trademarks when you don't have their right to. So they did put KWA trademarks on it. KWA M226 PTP, professional training pistol. 6mm, it has its own unique serial number, which is cool. And then on the other side, it says Professional Training Pistol. So it's not the real Sig trademarks, but I'm going to give it points there anyway because it's better than just having a blank slide, which looks a little bit odd, but hey, what are you going to do? And moving on, let's go to the sights now. The sights are the standard Sig sights. They are very, very nice. They're very good at replicating the actual sights. They're actually made out of polymer. They're on there very, very sturdy. You won't have any problems like their old Glocks used to by the sights falling off or anything. And the white dots are very useful. It even has the dots on top, which was pretty cool. Those are so you can actually take this off, flip it around, and slide them back on, and use these sights, which are a little bit different than the other way. So that was pretty cool that they decided to do that as well. The slide itself makes a very nice metal sound to it. Cool acoustic to that. The slide release is just like the real Sig, a little bit farther back. So at first case, if you're used to other pistols, having the slide release further up, you're probably going to be hitting this decocking lever a few times before you get used to the fact that the slide release, you know, if I can do this in the camera, slide release is a little further back. So you're probably going to have to get used to that if you haven't picked up a Sig before. But it's pretty easy to get used to. It's actually very comfortable, and I almost kind of prefer it over something else if you do get used to that. This I mentioned right here, this is a decocking lever. If it's cocked, simply push this, and you have to make a full double action cycle with the hammer before it actually fires, which this gun is single and double action, so double action, single action. There is no actual safety on this, but what I have noticed is if you hold the trigger down and push the hammer forward, it'll kind of lock in position like that, and the first time you pull the trigger, it won't do anything. Second time you pull the trigger, it will actually fire, so it's kind of cool. It's a free-falling mag. Moving on to that. The free-falling magazine. Magazine holds about 26 rounds, around there. And it is actually, like I said, pretty good at gas consumption. It also has numbers on the back, like the real one would, holding up the 15 rounds. But again, it's pretty good on gas consumption. You get about 3 magazines full of BBs before you have to regas. That's on a warm day anyway. You can get about 2 magazines full on over here in Portland with a high moisture level and it being about 55. So that's very good on gas consumption. If you live in a colder area and you want a gas gun, the NS2 systems are really the way to go. KWA has pretty much gotten these down to an art form with the way they work. It's absolutely perfect. And just like all the other magazines, if you pull the spring all the way down, it locks in place so you can load in the BBs. Try not to let it snap all the way to the top though, because then you'll be having problems. Such as it not wanting to lock back or locking back on every shot or doing something like that. So don't let this receiver, the follower lock, don't just release it and let it snap all the way to the top or you'll cause damage to the magazine. Speaking about the magazine, one more thing. On some other KWAs, I don't know if KWA is aware of this problem, but on some of the other KWAs, the base plate here, as you can notice, are rather thin, just like the real deal. The base plate will have a habit of breaking off because in other models, when you put it into the gun, the base plate actually hits against the grip of the gun, and then it'll break off over time. That can happen in a few other models, but it doesn't happen with this one because, as you see, there's a little bit of space between the grip and this piece here, so you don't need to worry about that breaking off on the KWA Sig, whereas in some of their other models do that. So if KWA is watching, they don't know that happens with a few of the other models. So it's just an information. They probably already know, but figured I'd say that. How to field strip this gun. Take the mag out. Flip this. And it should pull right off. You'll have to cock it and then pull it off. And here's the internals. Looks pretty good. Overall, very, very solid. And something pretty cool over here is that the trigger grouping, the trigger grouping in back looks just like the actual Sig P226 trigger grouping. It's very replicated very, very well. So again, this is very close to the actual Sig in terms of looks. No way you'd be able to get it to fire a real round, but in looks, it's very, very nice. So to put this back on, you simply slide this back on, making sure you don't hit this little piece right here. Gonna push that down. There you go. Flip the switch. Oh, flip the switch all the way back up. And there you go. Put back together. They did choose to use the model of Sig that has the rail on the bottom. So if you want to mount a flashlight or a laser or anything you wish to, go ahead and add it right there. It'll work very well with this rail system. The hop-up unit on the KWA Sig P226, like I mentioned, it needs to use this hop-up adjustment tool. It works best if you drop your magazine, pull the slide back, take your tool, I gotta get it out of the bag here, and you'll have to put it right in the barrel and adjust it left, right for the hop-up unit. I'll show you why. It looks a little bit better if I do this. Try to get the best lighting I can. So, again, put it right in there. You see it has those little ridges right in there. Just put it in, left, right. Completely adjust your hop-up that way. I found the hop-up unit in KWA Sig P226 to be of very high quality. This is an extremely accurate pistol. For being a pistol, it shoots about 330 feet per second. KWA, like I said, they've gotten their pistols and their gas bullet system down to really a form of art, practically. So you're going to be able to hit your target if you need to rely on your pistol. You'll probably be using your main arm most of the time, but it's good to know that you can pull out your firearm, your sidearm, and hit someone standing about a good 120 feet away, and you can do it reliably. So this is easily a very, very accurate gun, easily above average when it comes to accuracy. Onto the feet per second, this thing shoots about 330 feet per second, and it's very reliable. Like I said, it can shoot about 3 magazines out before you need to regas, and that's pretty solid kick every single time. It's not the biggest kick I've ever felt in the gun, but it's definitely a good feeling when you shoot it. It has a feeling where this gun's gonna work, it's not gonna fail you. Definitely gonna be a good solid performing gun for you if you want to go out on the field. Again, KWA is definitely one of the highest companies when it comes to it, so if you want a sidearm, you want one that's reliable, this is definitely a good choice. The Sig in the real firearm market is one of the best 9mm out there. I definitely say it's one of the closest, if not the total best. Well, one of the best 9mm out there. I'm not going to say it's the best because that's all up to personal opinion, and personally myself, I think I would prefer the Walther P99 over the Sig P226 if we're talking real steel. I really wish someone would make an airsoft model, but that's getting off topic. Back to the Sig. Again, 330 feet per second, very solid around there. KWA has gotten their NS2 systems to a complete art form, really. So, completely solid, completely reliable. If you want a Sig, this is really the best one to go. It doesn't have the real Sig trademarks, but hey, it's 1-to-1 scale. The grip is perfect. It feels great in your hand. It's great on gas. Good solid feet per second. You don't need anything more than 330 because then you couldn't take it to CQB. Overall, this is definitely a great way to go. I believe I've covered everything on the gun now. So if you want to buy this gun, again, there's a link right below me in the video, or right below the gun in the video information. Go ahead and check out that link, and I will see all you guys next review.